Hey guys, it's Mike again from Cygnus Studios, and we're going to finish up this actual box tutorial. I kind of want to aim towards bringing it into Unreal Engine and texturizing and etc. So what we're going to do, we're going to finish off. I went ahead and added these panels here, but I'm going to show you guys quickly how I did the panels. So let me just get rid of them quickly. So I went to my front view, okay, and I come here to create box, and what I did was just drew maybe what I thought it was, just the length of it, okay. So the box, you can see, is kind of in there. I'm going to give it a little bit of width. All right, so we're going to drag it out on the y-axis, okay. Come back to the front view. Now up here you see select and rotate, but you can also hit E on the keyboard. Make sure your snap toggle is on. So this allows you to snap to the grid. It's a very useful tool. So what I did was I went on this yellow line here and I just rotated it 45 degrees. So the reason why I did 45 degrees is because this shape is an even shape. So 45 and 45 equals 90, and 90 degrees, 45 degrees, you get what I'm trying to say here. So we're doing 90 degrees. Gonna just grab it on the Y, or sorry, the X. Now you can see I ran into a little bit of problem with my measurements. There's a little bit of a gap here and a gap here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go beside create, go to modify, and this will bring up the parameters of this shape. Now you can see I can adjust the length, the width, the height, but we're actually just gonna do the length right now because we wanted to cover those little crevices, whatever the hell you call them. Okay, so that's done. Now, what else did I do here? So now what we're going to do is go on the y-axis. Holding shift, this will make a copy or a duplicate. Okay, the clone options will pop up. We're going to make this a copy of that original box because we want the same thing, right? So see, I dragged it on the other side. I did that, okay? So I repeated the step on this side. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to the move tool, drag one in the middle, okay? Click OK because you want a copy of it. Now hit E, and on this yellow line, we're going to drag it 90 degrees. Now, pulling this out right here, what that does is well, you can see what I'm trying to go for here, right? We're angling it off. We're making it nice and tight. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these, okay, because I have it done already. So I'm going to show you the next step of what I did. So we're going to just get rid of that. Now, you can see how I have the inside faces. I deleted them. Okay, I deleted them because, whoa, oh, excuse me, I screwed up. Okay, so we actually are on the wrong one. Make sure you click which one you want to be on. All right, so it's highlighted green, blue, sorry. So grab the polygon. Now you can see that I deleted the inside faces. The reason why is because we don't need those faces. Um, the way some game engines do is well, for light maps too, right? You want to, I'm getting way ahead of myself. So basically what I'm trying to tell you to do is minimize as many faces as you can because this will help with the unwrap process and putting on textures. When I say unwrap, it's making a 3D object project a 2D object. And when I say object, I mean a picture or a texture, whatever, right? So we have two here. All right, this I gotta rename again because I screwed up. So this is box, whatever the hell this is. Box, why isn't this working? Box. I have no idea why that's happening. It's like a glitch. All right, so we have two separate objects here. Okay, we got that one and that one, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now, we could do a quick unwrap on it to project an image. So let's go on Google right now. We're going to find wood texture. So wood texture. Uh, let's do wooden crate texture. All right. Now, we made the panels. Let's get a nice large one, nice resolution. So we made the panels, so technically we didn't really have to, let's see this one. Yeah, it's okay. It's got the nice nails there and stuff. This one says fragile. That's too small. You want a nice high resolution one, right? We have the panel there, but we're not going to worry about that. Let's just get a nice basic. What am I looking for here? Okay, we're going to use this one. I know it's not the best, but it'll get the job done. So save it to the desktop. Alright guys, so get out of this, click polygon, click the main box. Let's hide these panels for now, okay? I could change it up here. Box, yeah you can. Wow, that was so easy. Alright, so right now what we want to do, we're going to bring in a material. So click M on the keyboard, okay? Come here, click bitmap, so that's on the left side. Before I actually do that, if you have a different screen and it kind of looks like this one, I don't use compact. A lot of people prefer it, but I don't use it. It's just a different window, but keep it slate material right now because that's what I'm teaching. Okay, so we import, no, this didn't actually import. So go to bitmap. On the left side, you have a bunch of options there, okay? We're going to go and find our picture. There it is, all right? Now we're going to scroll down on the left side all the way down, and you'll see the sample slots. We're going to double click number 1, okay? So now we have our node for the material. We're going to grab this right here and bring it to the diffuse map. The diffuse map is usually the base color, but in this case we're just going to use it for the main texture. Excuse me. So I'm going to go over here, right here on the sample slot, and we're going to grab it and drag it. Now you see it became a lighter gray. I don't know if you guys can tell on YouTube, but it's a different color. So now what we have to do is we want to tell this material that we want it to show in our viewport. So we're going to go click this material, and right here it says show shaded material in viewport. Alright, so it's not the best structure, as you can see, because we didn't unwrap it, but because the cube is fairly simple, 3ds Max will automatically project it on the faces. See, as you can tell underneath was pretty good because we didn't touch it, but we added definition to the geometry. So we're going to exit out of this, okay? And, oh, where'd I go? Okay, so you can see the stretching, the material stretching. Now, there's 2 ways we can do this. You can do an actual unwrap. So click the object, come to the modifier list, which is under the box, come all the way down, and we are going to use UV unwrap. Now, these are your planar face. Actually, let me try to simplify this right now, okay? Don't have to follow what I'm doing here. So what I did was I broke everything up into pieces by flattening the map. Now, this theoretically is not the best way to do things because, number 1, texture density. You can see it's blurry, it doesn't look good. Even the bottom now is screwed up, right? So in this specific case, the simplicity, I'm not going to use the unwrap modifier. I'm going to go ahead and just right click and delete that. I'm going to go all the way down to U, and I'm going to use UVMAP. Now, what the UVMAP does is it pretty much does what the unwrap modifier does, but you can actually, it's just really quick, right? So we have the box, you click box, and now it'll project it. Now, I don't know, that's not the best. You can kind of scale it. It'll start to tile eventually. I actually don't mind this, even though it doesn't really add up here. But this is just a sample of what we can do, right? So everything's perfect now. Everything's working, all right? So we have a texture on here. This is the simplest way to texture something. It's not very efficient, but for this specific tutorial, we're just getting a hands feel before we start getting into more complicated things, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, right click on it, and convert it to an editable poly. Alright. I actually don't like it at all because we don't have it lined up here, but actually, where is it? There it is. For this, it's okay. For this, it's okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and boot up Unreal Engine. This actually might take a little bit to boot up, and it's a little bit of wasted time. Okay, I got some stuff that I've been working on here. Let's just launch Unreal. We'll start off with a fresh one to show the way it is, actually. You know what? I'm going to actually end off this tutorial with this right now, okay? If you have any questions, please comment below, and I'll help you out the best I can. If I skipped any parts, or if you guys know a better way to do this. I know it's not efficient, but it's exactly what we're trying to get done right now, okay? So again, thanks. My name's Mike from Cygnus Studios, and thanks for watching, guys.